Bhagavad-Gita, the 13th teaching. Knowing the field. Lord Krishna. The field denotes this body, and wise men call one who knows it the field knower. Know me as the field knower in all fields. What I deem to be knowledge is knowledge of the field and its knower. Hear from me in summary what the field is in its character and changes, and of the field knower's power. Ancient seers have sung of this in many ways, with varied meters, and with aphorisms on the infinite spirit, laced with logical arguments. The field contains the great elements: individuality, understanding, unmanifest nature, the 11 senses, and the 5 sense realms. Longing, hatred, happiness, suffering, bodily form, consciousness, resolve. Thus is this field with its changes, defined in summary. Knowledge means humility, sincerity, nonviolence, patience, honesty, reverence for one's teacher, purity, stability, self-restraint. Dispassion toward sense objects and absence of individuality. Seeing the defects in birth, death, old age, sickness, and suffering. Detachment, uninvolvement with sons, wife, and home. Constant equanimity in fulfillment and frustration. Unwavering devotion to me with singular discipline. Retreating to a place of solitude. Avoiding worldly affairs. Persistence in knowing the self, seeing what knowledge of reality means. All this is called knowledge, the opposite is ignorance. I shall teach you what is to be known, for knowing it one attains immortality. It is called the Supreme Infinite Spirit, beginningless, neither being nor non-being. Its hands and feet reach everywhere, its head and face see in every direction. Hearing everything, it remains in the world, enveloping all. Lacking all the sense organs, it shines in their qualities. Unattached, it supports everything. Without qualities, it enjoys them. Outside and within all creatures, inanimate but still animate, too subtle to be known. It is far distant, yet near. Undivided, it seems divided among creatures, understood as their sustainer. It devours and creates them. The light of lights beyond darkness it is called. Knowledge attained by knowledge, fixed in the heart of everyone. So, in summary, I have explained the field and knowledge of it. A man devoted to me, knowing this, enters my being. Know that both nature and man's spirit have no beginning, that qualities and changes have their origin in nature. For its agency in producing effects, nature is called a cause. In the experience of joy and suffering, man's spirit is called a cause. Man's spirit is set in nature, experiencing the qualities born of nature. Its attachment to the qualities causes births in the wombs of good and evil. Witness, consenter, sustainer, enjoyer. The great Lord is called the highest self, man's true spirit in this body. Knowing nature and the spirit of man, as well as the qualities of nature, one is not born again. no matter how one now exists. By meditating on the self, some men see the self through the self. Others see by philosophical discipline. Others by discipline of action. Others, despite their ignorance, revere what they hear from other men. They too cross beyond death, intent on what they hear. Arjuna, know that anything inanimate or alive with motion is born from the union of the field and its knower. He really sees who sees the highest Lord standing equal among all creatures, undecaying amid destruction. Seeing the Lord standing the same everywhere, the self cannot injure itself, and goes the highest way. He really sees who sees that all actions are performed by nature alone, and that the self is not an actor. When he perceives the unity existing in separate creatures, and how they expand from unity, he attains the infinite spirit. Beginninglessness, without qualities, the Supreme Self is unchanging, even abiding in a body, Arjuna. It does not act, nor is it defiled. Just as all-pervading space remains unsullied in its subtlety, so the self in every body remains unsullied. Just as one sun illumines this entire world, so the master of the field illumines the entire field. They reach the highest state who with the eye of knowledge know the boundary between the knower and its field, and the freedom creatures have from nature.